Hey guys, Dakara here and welcome back to my channel, and today we're on season 5 episode 17 of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. So last one was a lot, wasn't it? And I won't lie, I've took a break. I took a break from watching the show. It helps with the watch list as well because I had 2 Angel episodes to watch. So I feel like I needed it. I needed this time to just sort of process what happened and try and come to terms with it as best I can. Obviously it's still upsetting, and I think because 516 was such a relatable episode, anyone that has experienced loss of any kind will know that it was a very accurate portrayal. And yes, it's a sci-fi show. There are vampires in it. There's things that aren't like the real world. But that episode nailed that entire grieving topic. Like, it was just so well done, and it's an episode that made me go through a whole spectrum of emotions and thoughts and everything. It was just really, really well done. I had my own stages of grief when watching it. You saw my rage, you saw my upset, you saw me sort of being a bit numb. And now, after a bit of time has passed, I'm okay. Doesn't mean I probably won't cry in this one if they mention Joyce or any of the topics like that. I kind of hope that I don't cry, but if I do, I do. I mean, you guys have all seen it before now, you know. But yeah, I just wanted to make sure that you guys knew it was just a lot for me. It was a lot for me. Okay, it was a heavy episode, and I felt physically drained after watching it. So I needed a bit of time, and I've took that time now, and I'm ready ? To tackle what's gonna happen. Usually I would post a video and then I'd read all your comments, etc. But with 516, I needed a bit of time. So at the end of this episode, or this episode reaction, I'm going to try and read through a few more comments. Obviously, I'll pick one from the DAP pack and do my usual, but I feel like this outro might be a bit longer, I think. But we'll wait and see. Wait and see how it pans out. But I want to thank each and every one of you for being so kind and understanding with my 516 reaction. It was a very vulnerable thing for me to do, and yeah, I just want to thank you for being so nice and supportive. So yeah, without further ado, let's just roll the intro and get into episode 17. Here we go, guys. Great. I'm going to throw us right in the deep end with the coffins. All of that. Is this the funeral? I mean, she is wearing all black, so... Is this one going to be Joyce's? Or is there going to be a vampire inside?
Buffy, go ahead.
Oh, she's picking one.
This one.
It's a fine choice. It speaks of your deep feeling for the deceased.
Bit of an odd line. Surely you'd say your mom, not the deceased.
What if she likes something else better? You shouldn't have to deal with this stuff.
If you'd like a few more minutes to decide...
No. Okay.
I feel for Buffy even more so as well, because she's got to be the big sister as well as, you know, sorting everything out. It's rough. It's really rough. I love Alison's cute little face. I don't know why that makes me chuckle every time. It just, there's something about it.
What about an announcement? People are going to be expecting a wake after the burial unless we say something.
There's no wake?
Mom didn't like them.
She said that?
When? Right before she went in for the operation.
She never said anything to me.
I'm sure she just didn't want to upset you, Donster.
Dawnster.
I'm all phoned out. Will you? Oh, unless it's my dad. Can't believe he still hasn't called.
Your dad's still AWOL, huh?
kind of guy is this?
What are we gonna do after? I mean, are we just gonna come back here?
I guess so. How about at the request of the family, there will be no wake?
I don't want to be here. Can I go to your place tomorrow? Tomorrow? After everything?
I don't mind.
Can I? I guess so.
You have got to be kidding.
I'm not going in.
And you're not leaving those.
They're for Joyce.
Like you care about her.
Yeah, I think he does care about Joyce.
Joyce was the only one of a lot of you that I could stand. Joyce had a nice cuppa for me. And she never treated me like a freak.
Her mistake.
Think what you want.
Oh, here I go again. Getting emotional, man.
He didn't leave a card.
Because he didn't want to make it about him. I honestly think he would have just left them and gone. You know, put them down and gone.
We commend to Almighty God our sister, Joyce Summers, earth to earth, ashes to ashes, and dust to dust.
Dawn's kind of ready to go. Can we take her with us?
She should probably get out of here.
What about you? We can wait if...
Oh my god, I was going to say the same thing.
I'm fine.
What about you?
I'm sorry. I couldn't come sooner.
Did that happen?
It'll get better, I promise.
And I forget, Mom?
Don't forget, no. You make a place for her in your heart.
I don't want to sleep.
You can just sit or whatever you want.
Good. Because I know.
She wants to do magic.
You guys are witches.
She had intentions.
I want to do a spell. I want to bring Mom back.
Doesn't work like that, Donnie. Or does it?
That was different.
Surprised they've got to do anything new about it that much.
Well, she got me thinking how people die all the time and how they get born too and how you kind of need one so you can have the other.
Again, I say, huh?
It's not just about two bodies smooshing together. It's about making life.
Wait a minute.
Two people are much older and way richer and far less stupid.
Breathe. I'm not ready to make life with you, but I could. Life could come out of our love and our smooshing, and that's beautiful.
But like not now, right? You don't really see him kissing that much though, do you?
I wish we could, but it's not possible.
Why?
Magic can't be used to alter the natural order of things.
You make things float and disappear
But we
and...
don't mess with life and death.
Oh, she's very stern on this one.
I'm not even sure it's possible, Dawn. Seen things on Resurrection, but
Surely that's like dark magic.
the spells backfire? That's not the point. That's not the point. The point is it's bad.
Willow is not good with the talking. Good job Tara's here.
It's too dangerous.
You said you wanted to help me.
Dawn.
She just wants to sulk right now. Just let her sulk. There's literally nothing that they can do.
The funeral it was brutal.
He is there right now.
It's tomorrow that I'm worried about.
What's tomorrow?
That's exactly what I don't know. I've had a roadmap, things to do every minute.
Tomorrow, the stuff of everyday living
They
resumes.
just fit, you know? Look how comfy. All that drama.
You just need some time.
The second she needs him, boom.
I can stick wood in vampires, but Mom was the strong one in real life.
You'll find your way.
I don't know. If I had just gotten there 10 minutes earlier.
You said they told you it wouldn't have made a difference.
They said, probably. I haven't told that to anyone.
Doesn't make it your fault.
I didn't even start CPR until they told me.
Buffy, you are in shock.
That's how good I am at being a grown-up.
Why does she do this to herself, guys? Like, why? She's so hard on herself.
You don't feel like it now, but you are strong, Buffy. You don't have to do this alone.
It's gonna be late soon.
I can stay in town as long as you want me.
How's forever? Does forever work for you? That's a bad idea. I'm seriously needy right now.
Don't be worried about the neediness. I can handle it.
I mean, you can't give her what she's probably wanting right now. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, uh-oh.
I told you. You better go.
I'm sorry.
No. I'm so grateful that you came, Angel. I didn't think I was going to be able to make it through the night.
Yeah, look, we still have a few more minutes until I have to go.
Good.
Tell my sister I'm sick of running into her Jawa rejects.
She bade me come to you.
This whole thing still baffles me.
Every moment you fight Glory, you're only fighting yourself, you see?
Because he is Glory.
I won't help her find the key. I would never do that to an innocent...
The key? That's an interesting choice of words.
No, that's not what I... It's not a person.
Of course not.
You're gonna run and tell her, aren't you? I can't let that happen.
I am still confusion.
I was gonna sleep some more.
No, you
Bill
weren't.
said he'd pick me up whenever.
She's gonna go snooping for dark magic. Willow? What is she doing? Why would Willow have done that?
Resurrection. A controversy born.
Is she hoping that she'll read up on resurrection and be like, oh, this is why I can't do it? Or is Willow thinking, I'd like you to try because I want Joyce back?
You don't have to do that, Dawn. Just relax.
I like being useful. Keeps my mind off things.
Then useful you shall be.
Oh, Giles, that tie. My guy. No.
Willow told me that some of the books and things are kind of dangerous.
Most of our more potent texts and potions are all up there. If anyone asks you about anything in that area, just come and get me.
She's got her eye elsewhere now, eh? She saw her window of opportunity and she bloody took it. This is not going to be good. This is going to be a bloody disaster. How did he not see her then? Giles Halloy? Cleoy. Oh no. Oh no, oh no.
I hope it's just dirt you're after. Spell calls for anything more than that. You're into zombie territory.
I wasn't.
I know good and well what you're up to.
Don't tell Buffy. I have to get her back.
I'm not gonna tell, little bit. I'm gonna help.
Excuse me? Is he lying?
Word is he knows everything there is to know about resurrection spells.
I know why you're doing this.
Enlighten me.
You're like stalking my sister. You'd do anything to get in good with her.
Buffy never hears about this, okay?
Why are you helping me?
I just don't like to see Summer's women take us so hard on the chin is all.
I'm sure Jinx is on his way.
He's definitely not on the way.
Jinxie?
Oh, he didn't kill him? He just injured him?
It was Ben.
Ben?
She looks incredible in that dress, I just gotta say.
Pointless, stupid. Oh, I hate you.
Ow!
What about the key?
He indicated that it was a person.
The key's in human form? This narrows the search from now on in a serious way. I mean, we didn't have a clue. I want to hear the whole story again without all that annoying moaning.
She is wild, okay? She's a lot to take in.
What can I do for you?
This one's mum kicked it a few days back.
I'm so sorry.
We were wondering what's to be done about it.
No, that's, you don't want to mess with that.
Ow!
Aggressive?
Your mother's a good candidate, at least. Strong DNA.
Did I just witness a tail?
We've got the Gora demon standing between you and success. That's the translation you were missing.
Can you buy it? This egg
If
or...
it was as easy as making an omelet, everyone would try it. You have to steal the egg.
Where do we find this demon?
What a shock. I'm a realist.
She won't appear, you know, poof.
How can this guy be trusted? We know nothing about him. He's got a tail.
Anything goes wrong, the only way to reverse the spell is to destroy the image of your mother, understand? I can't say for sure your mother will come back exactly like she was.
Okay.
Keep your money.
Thank you.
I don't think you should be thanking him. This is very shady territory. Very shady indeed.
It's here. Just like you said.
Spike, I feel like this is not a good idea. Okay.
I can't get to the eggs unless it moves.
I'll make it move. Heads up. Right. Heads it is.
Leave it, don't.
No, I can't. Mom.
It's too dangerous.
Oh, sugar. You're trying to be gentle. Oh my god, it's just bit him. It's just bloody bit him.
Sorry.
Did you get it? Don't be sorry then.
Hold with two hands. You don't want to drop it again. Oh my days, this is gonna be a disaster.
Accept my offering.
Are they gonna bring her back evil? Because I will not be okay with that. That will hurt me even more.
Bone.
Look at her little face. Don't make her evil.
Return to me.
Dawn.
What happened to History of Witchcraft? It isn't there?
It isn't there. Willow?
No, she didn't. Did she? I don't think she could do any harm with that stuff, could she?
Willow?
God, what else did she take? Nothing. I think.
Willow, you've never been a good liar. You've never been a good liar.
We have to call Buffy.
Return to me.
Dawn, what have you done?
She's coming home.
You have no idea what you're messing with. Who knows what you actually raised? What's gonna come through that door?
No, I know. It'll be her. He told me her DNA.
Who told you? Who helped you?
Nobody let me go.
You have to stop it. You know you can't let this happen.
But I need her.
You're being selfish.
I don't have anybody.
You have me.
No, I don't. It's so obvious you don't want me around.
That's not true.
Yes, it is.
It literally isn't true.
Mom died. And it's like you don't even care.
Look at her face right now, Dawn. Are you blind?
Of course I care. How can you even think that?
How can I not? You haven't even cried.
What is she doing right now?
Around like it's been some big chore or something. Cleaning up after Mom's mess.
I mean, to be honest, she deserved that.
I've been busy because I have to. No, you've been avoiding me. I'm not. Because when I stop, then she's really gone. Dawn, I am really trying to take care of things. Nobody's asking you to be Mom.
Well, who's gonna be if I'm not?
Who's gonna take care of
This is breaking my heart.
I don't know what we're gonna do.
You better think quick, because
Mommy, Buffy. It's okay.
well, more tears were shed. I mean, obviously I thought I was going to cry because it is the episode directly after that heartbreaker. of 516, but it wasn't as bad as what I was expecting, which is good. The scenes where Buffy lets her guard down are the best scenes of the show. I think when she just stops and gives in to her inner feelings, thoughts, emotions, I just think they're amazing. And I think that Sarah sells them so well. Like, she makes them real. And the person that she's typically against in those scenes, they just feel it too. And I think in this case, it's exactly the same. Like, that's what Dawn needed to hear. Dawn needed to hear how Buffy was really feeling so that she could relate in some way. Whereas Buffy's been on this, like, tangent of, I just need to fix everything. I need to keep myself distracted, because the moment I stop, then it becomes real. And she stopped, and it became very real. And you could see the excitement on Buffy's face, that need when she thought her mum was going to be on the other side of that door. And that panic and realization that Dawn felt, and quickly corrected it by tearing that paper up. I am so relieved that we didn't see some demonic Joyce. I didn't want that memory of her. And I don't want Buffy and Dawn to see that either. And I think it's so important. And I think it's a wise choice that they've made by not allowing that to happen. It did interest me that Spike was trying to help Dawn get Joyce back. If anything, I thought he'd be like, you're being so stupid, like, don't do that. But instead he wanted Joyce back. And he wanted to help Dawn. I think if Buffy was to find out that Spike did that, it would really be a blow. It would. Even lower than what they've been through lately anyway. I think the Spike and Buffy relationship is so rocky right now, because everyone just thinks that Spike is a big creeper and Spike is just honest with his feelings in regards to Buffy. And also, he does put the people in his place when they're giving him crap. Like, that Xander scene really did my head in a bit, to be honest, because yes, he's trying to protect Buffy and stuff. I think it was more just his wording I didn't like. It's very dismissive, which was understandable, but it's that, like, sarcastic tone to his anger that I just didn't sit well with me. And you could tell that Spike wasn't giving it him back. Spike's got the chip in his head, so he can't hurt him, but he can hurt him by getting someone else to hurt him, so he should still be a threat to them. But Spike wasn't even giving them anything. He was just like, look, that's not what I'm here for. And he gave them the truth back as well. I liked it. Willow is concerning me. Why on earth would she think that it's a good idea to give a 14-year-old a book of resurrection spells and potions? Hello? What are you thinking? And then to lie to Tara about it, so she knew it was wrong, otherwise she wouldn't have done it. And then, like, oh yeah, we better tell Buffy. Yeah, now that you've messed up, now you're going to tell Buffy? Like, what? I don't feel like she's making good choices. Maybe Willow's thinking, you know what, I want Joyce back as well. And if it's not me doing it directly, at least I can give a helping hand without anyone knowing. It all seemed a bit shady. Like, she's doing these journals and stuff, which is amazing. Great for your mental health, by the way. And she's telling Tara these inner, most private feelings that she's going through. Yet she lied about the book. It's a bit sussy. I don't know how to feel about that. I'm going to keep my eye on her. Maybe it was just a lapse in judgment. Everyone's very emotional right now. And let's talk about Anya. Anya's speech to Xander, I mean, yes, they were in bed together and all the rest of it. But besides that, like, looking past that, the words that she was saying, the way that she was learning, the way that she had a newfound appreciation for sex and family and life being the main one. Because when she was going through her grief when Joyce passed, she was just confused. Like, it's so stupid. Why is she dead? Why can we not just have her back? It's just so mortal. It's just so weak. It's like, no, I don't like it. Stop it. To her then looking at it in a different way. Like, some people go so that others can be born. You know, life ends, but life begins. I don't know, it was a really nice moment. I think Xander's panic was fitting as well. And yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. I think I've covered the main stuff now. The only thing that I haven't spoke about is the Ben and Glory stuff. And I know you guys are probably laughing at me about this, but I still need answers. Like, we never see them in the same room. So to me, that's saying they are the exact same being, but neither one of them know. Like, what? They don't have, like, they think that they're separate entities. I don't know. I'm confused. I'm confused by it. I just know that I've physically seen them morph into each other. But then their words contradict that. Because in my head, I was like, oh, well, Glory has just shapeshifted into Ben. Ben is still somewhere. She's just, you know, pretending to be him. And then the more I'm watching, I'm like, did Ben die in that hospital? Or was there no death anyway? Because they are the same. I'm so confused. The more I'm talking about it, the more confused I'm getting. I don't get it, but I'm gonna enjoy the ride, okay? I'm gonna enjoy watching it. Oh, how could I forget the Angel stuff? Holy. So, Angel met with Buffy in the graveyard. At first, I thought maybe Buffy was just like envisioning it, like a little daydream or night dream. But then no, he did turn up and they had a really nice moment. And it's like, their chemistry is so strong. And whenever they're together, it just seems to fit, in my opinion. And yes, I know that there's a lot of drama and then the curse is a thing. So I understand why they can't be together. Because even when they act, they cannot keep their hands off each other. And you could tell that Buffy was like, you know, wanting more from it as well. But knowing that they can't, because obviously Angelus will return and it'll all be a mess. We know this. It's nice to see them together. It just is. I think it was big of Angel to turn up with all the stuff that he's going through right now as well. It proves, I mean, big of Angel is totally the wrong wording, but what I mean is that it proves that will always be on his mind. Always. And she will always be super special to him. And he will do anything to look after her, you know? Oh, what an episode. I don't feel as drained after this one than the last one for obvious reasons, but I feel as though it was the perfect episode for me to just calm down and yeah, just deal, you know, just like Buffy and Dawn are doing and everyone's doing. I feel like the audience is doing the same in this episode. And there was no sign of a sex robot of Buffy, so I'll count that as a win. I'll count that as a win. Right, guys, I'm gonna leave it there. I really hope you guys enjoyed my reaction. I want to thank you all again for being so supportive, and yeah, give this video a like if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you could be so kind, but as always, there's no pressure here, and I hope to see you for the next video. Bye guys. And now it's time for a comment from the Dat Pack, and today I've chosen the lovely Bart, who says, so this has to be one of the most well-made but most heart-wrenching episodes they've made. Some of the flashbacks or thoughts they show with those flashes are evil, but do really well what they're supposed to do. Do you imagine what could have gone differently if you were there, or if A happened instead of B? The most difficult scene for me is always Buffy telling Dawn. I think they wrote all the characters perfectly here. Everyone has a slightly different reaction and it feels authentic to their character, especially Anya. Also, did you notice there is no music at all in this episode? Nothing. That's what contributes a ton to how this episode feels, and I think it was a brilliant decision. Honestly, all the actors, actresses knocked it out of the park in this one. It's been a while since I've seen this episode, and it more so now reminds me of a friend that passed away a few years ago. Also, I think the Joyce's actress was already informed of this in season 3. I know it's entertainment, but I applaud your bravery in actually doing a reaction in full here. We are all feeling the feels with you on this one. All my best to you, and I look forward to the rest. Thank you so much, Bart, for leaving this comment. And with regards to the music, I did notice, I commented on it briefly at the end in my outro, but I guess rather than the music, I was commenting on, the backing audio, if you will. But I do think it's a very wise decision to have no music. And like you say, it allows the performance to really shine without that added feeling of, I want to say music manipulation, but that sounds a little bit dramatic. But you know what I mean? Music is so important in a show or any creative aspect because music has feeling. So it's way easier to throw music into the mix to allow the audience to just know exactly how they should be feeling. You remove that music, it's just raw. And it was powerful. It really was. I couldn't agree more there with you, Bart, as well. And thank you for saying that at the end there, because I was scared. I was scared about releasing the reaction because, I don't know, I feel silly, and then at the same time it's just how I feel, so it's like I should probably share that, it's just a bunch of thoughts whirl around your head when you're doing this thing. But yeah, I appreciate your kind words, and I hope that you enjoyed the reaction. I know I always joke saying enjoy my tears, but I mean it. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I want to thank you for leaving your lovely comment. Like I said at the beginning of this video, I've been avoiding reading the comments because it was a very emotional time. So I'm just gonna quickly read over a few more here as well. So Christopher says, whoever mocks you for crying at the end of this episode is a monster. I can never keep the tears in. Yes, kids playing outside, the ticket and the vampire at the end symbolize how in real life it just doesn't stop just because you are dealing with death. And to this I say, I felt it. I knew what they were getting at, and they succeeded. They did an amazing job. DB says, the body is a masterpiece. Every single detail has its purpose and meaning, and you're supposed to be affected because this is nothing but a raw portrayal of those first hours after a loss. So freaking true. John says, I watched this as a 17-year-old lad when it aired, and it tore me to pieces. I'd recently lost my aunt, and it opened up some wounds. Watching it 22 years later as a married 39-year-old father of 2, it still makes me cry. Sarah Michelle Gellar knocked it out of the park in this episode. That girl is the master of on-screen crying. I could not agree more. I sound like a broken record, but you guys are nailing it. Absolutely nailing it. And again, I'm sorry for your loss, Bart. I'm sorry for yours as well. This is the thing that we can all relate on. The loss of someone. It's as real as it gets, Sally says, absolutely one of the best 40 minutes of TV ever made. Hard to watch, yes, but incredible at the same time. Ray says, so in the UK, emergency responders babysit dead bodies instead of rescuing people. And no, that's not at all what I meant by my comment. It was more so that they won't leave a person that's grieving. If anything, there'll be people there to comfort. One would maybe stay while the others would go, or they would just take the person with them to the hospital, and the hospital will confirm what's happened. They wouldn't just leave the person in a room or wherever the accident may be, or incident may be, and just tell the person to wait there. It would be a case of, right, we will take the person in the ambulance, and then from there, you know, we'll take them to the morgue. It's just how it works in the UK. I didn't mean that, you know, they would babysit dead bodies. Like, that's not at all what I meant. Meg says, absolutely with you there on the crying. I've rewatched Buffy so many times, and yeah, I was with you there, sobbing all the way. And by the end, my makeup was black streaks running down my face. I relate. As you saw, I was a sobbing, puffy mess. Well, thank you for making me feel less alone, Meg. And I hope you enjoyed the reaction. Ed says, I don't remember how I felt when first watching it in 2009. But in 2016, my uncle died. In the same way, aged 54. Prior health conditions, but no indication it was about to happen. Nobody there to witness the moment. The parents tried CPR, so since then watching it again is very personally affecting. Not just a rewatch, but a re-experience. Oof. I feel you, Ed. I'm sending you all of my love. That's got to be hard. And I do think that the time in a person's life when watching something creative like that will affect the person watching, dependent on their experiences as well. Cos says, I always feel this way when I see this episode, but I never mention it in a comment on a Reactors The Body video. But I will now. I hate that stupid Santa Claus disembowels children joke. It's such crap. There. Anyway, it's easy to see that this episode is meant to be a very big deal, and it succeeds. This really is so much of the show's collective talent being harnessed to a powerful 45-minute display of their capabilities. Great job, Dakara, and I honestly think that if it helps, the response to the Joyce revived fake out is the best that I've seen. I was fuming, cause that really got to me. That angered me quite a lot. But I'm glad you enjoyed it. Teresa says, poor Dakara. Preach it. You're not alone. Almost all of us ugly cried, and I sometimes still do even after many rewatches. It's not just a TV show. It's excellent writing, production, and direction, and top-notch actors. It's characters we've grown up with who are all grieving in their own way. I literally lost my mum, my older brother, my stepdad, my younger brother, and my grandpa within a span of 5 years. Holy Teresa, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry for your loss. Pretty much one a year between 2018 and 2022. For those of us who have lost loved ones, this episode hits especially hard. You're telling me, okay? You're telling me, like, I lost my dad when I was 24. It was hard, and I remember going through what Buffy was going through. I had a little panic attack in the hospital. I remember trying to stay strong for everyone around me, because I know you guys see me crying at TV. Like, I get it. Like, I do cry on camera quite a lot when it comes to TV. But it's different when people are around me, like, in front of me, if that makes sense. Like, if someone was in the room when I'm watching these shows, I probably wouldn't cry. It's like a block that I have. So during that, like, grieving time, I related to Buffy, because I remember being like, don't cry, don't you cry, don't cry, don't cry, don't cry, which is so silly. Like, it's just so dumb. I think it's important that when you're going through the motions, you allow yourself to do that. And I think we saw that in this episode in 5:17, because Buffy needed that moment to allow herself to feel. And the second that she did, everything comes spilling out. And I think if she was allowing herself earlier on, it wouldn't have felt like this big burst of emotion. It could have been a more gradual thing, or at least just a more relaxing thing. I think bottling emotions up is a toxic thing to do. I'm guilty of it myself. I want to work on it. But I think it helps to be clued into your emotions. At least if she was alone, you know, just let them out then. Like, allow yourself to feel. Losing my granddad at the end of last year was obviously very recent. And watching this episode definitely triggered some of the memories there as well. But again, it's not me complaining. It's just me admiring the realness and just how impressive the show is at tapping into that relatability. Like Teresa said, they did a very, very good job. But Teresa, thank you again for sharing your story and your thoughts on the episode. Appreciate it. Michael says, just an overall amazing, uncomfortable, wonderfully so episode of TV. Many critics consider it one of the best episodes of TV ever, genre or not. You're not alone at all in not holding back the tears. I most remember the uncomfortable feeling, the no soundtrack, the awkward silences. P.S. I didn't catch this until someone else mentioned it, but Anya tells Buffy at the hospital that I wish Joyce didn't die, which means a lot for an ex-vengeance demon. So true. So freaking true. Anya has come a long way. Matthew says, thanks for pushing through, Dakara. Your reaction was very similar to most of us. I remember watching this when it aired originally. The relatability of this episode hit me hard as well. Buffy is 20 in this episode, and I was 20 when my father died. Also, after being sick and recovering, then gone in a shock. Every time a reactor comes up to one of the milestone episodes, the fandom is thinking, see, we told you this is the best show of all time. You thought you knew before, but now you really get it. And Matthew, 100%. Like, I was enjoying the show. It was a favorite of mine. But, like, I get it. I get it, guys. It's fantastic. Nicholas says, I don't feel good at all. Completely understandable. It was part of the point. Joss was surprised when people said this episode helped them through their own issues, since this was intentionally written to have no resolution whatsoever, like in real life. Also, I loved how despite the... like in real life. And with this, I say that makes it hit even harder, I think, because the one constant in life is death. You know it's coming. You just hope that it doesn't arrive soon, and that, you know, you never really want to experience more loss. You know that you want to avoid it for as long as possible, but at the same time you know that it's coming. But I think what Joss shouldn't be surprised about is that this episode will help people, because that relatability factor and knowing that you're not alone, and how each individual character all experienced it differently, that is like life, and that is what the audience will find reassurance in. And yeah, I'm surprised that Joss was surprised, you know. Collinson says, the acting, directing and writing in this episode is so good that it makes it even harder. In a series about demons and monsters, we have a real life death that hits harder than any mystical death ever could. So freaking true. It's just so true. Like, it's about vampires and monsters, and we've had losses in the show before, but this human death, not killed by a monster, hits so much harder. Oh, kind of messed up, but like, I get it. Axel says, I've seen this episode like 10 times and it still fucks me up. The scene where Joyce is resurrected may seem sadistic, but I think it's more about the Buffy is imagining in that moment and in her denial. Everything in this episode feels so deliberate and accurate to what losing someone is like. I know that I said that during that scene, the writers were trolling us, and that was just me raging and kind of being in denial myself, if I'm being honest with myself. I do think that they did show what Buffy was imagining. Like you say, Axel, I think that is the message that they were trying to get across, and they got it across. I think it was more me and my selfish time of watching that episode was just like, this already hurts, or why would you make me hurt more, you know? But yeah, I want to thank you for leaving your comment, Axel. Gabe says, I think as time passes, you'll see the brilliance of this episode. The choice of no music added to realism and nuance. The different stages of grief, from anger, confusion, sadness, helplessness, empathy, it was so accurate. Even on repeated viewings, I get the tears flowing when Buffy hits the line, "We're not supposed to move the body." And Anya's, "I don't understand" speech. So freaking true. I mean, I see the brilliance of it now. I saw the brilliance of it when I watched it. I was just in pain, you know? I was just in pain. There is no doubt that I think that it was a masterpiece. It's just, some masterpieces hurt, you know? And this one definitely did that. Thank you so much, Gabe, for your comment. Gala says, this episode is one of my favourites. I reckon I'm deeply masochistic. This is, by an insane margin, the coldest, rawest, most realistic depiction of grief of all TV history. It hits right every time, and it hits hard every time. One has every right to cry, to ugly cry even. We don't judge, because we all do. And to this, I say thank you. And also, I don't think that you're masochistic. I think that sometimes you need that connection to know that you're not alone. Like me saying before, like, oh, enjoy my tears, and people do love to watch me cry. they just seem to enjoy it, and I don't know why, but they just like it. And the only thought, or the only thing that I tell myself that it could be, is that they're feeling that too, and they want to feel less alone by knowing that someone else is going through it too. That's what I like to think. That's the reason. Claire says, regarding the leaving the body in the house, I'm not sure what the protocol is in Australian states today. When my grandma passed at home when I was 8, we did have to wait for the coroner, but the ambulance officers also stuck around for a fairly long time. So this is what I mean. Like, I found it surprising that Buffy would just be left. She's going through grief. There is a dead person on her living room floor. I don't think anyone should leave. If anything, you would think that they would just call someone in, you know, to help, or to sit with Buffy at least. They literally just left. Like, it boggles my mind. Thank you for confirming that, you know, it kind of happens in other countries as well. Raven says, gulp. In every Raptor's life comes Buffy 516. It's short, it's to the point, and yes, I think that I will have to dive into other people's reactions on 516. I might make it into a video because I feel like there's got to be interest there. I'll have to reach out to a few reactors and see if they're happy for me to do that. But it's just an idea that I've had. Yeah. Graham says, in such a heartbreaking episode, there is one heartwarming moment that is so easy to miss. Around 29:12 in this reaction video, when Xander says, the Avengers gotta get with the assembly. If you watch Willow's mouth, she mouths to Tara, I love you. It's such a small detail, but one that I love. I'll have to go back and watch that, and I kind of love that Willow does that. The small touches are just brilliant, just so brilliant in TV. I love it, I love it. Okay, there are way more comments, obviously, but I will leave it there. I just wanted to let you guys know some of the comments and the vibe that the community has regarding 516 as well. And yes, this has been a long video, but I really hope that you guys have enjoyed it. And yeah, I can't thank you enough for being just so amazing with everything. And I hope you enjoyed 517 as well. And yeah, thank you for taking the time to leave all your comments. It means the absolute world. And if you want to see one of your comments in one of my videos, don't forget to leave them in the comment section below. And maybe yours will be next. But until next time, bye for now.